Morning, Mikel.
Morning.
Just want to start by asking an update on Bukayo Saka. How's he after the game on Sunday?
Yeah, he's fine. Obviously, we haven't trained, just recovered. Would have a short light session today to prepare the game, and we'll see whether he's in the best condition to start or not.
With the fact you've got 8 games coming up in April and another game on the weekend, is this an opportunity to potentially give him a little bit more time to recover tomorrow?
We're just thinking about Luton, prepare the game the best possible way, and then the right to beat them.
And Gabriel Martinelli coming back.
Yeah.
Is he in a frame? Is he in the right condition to play a full 90 minutes?
He is, because he was available to play against a really tough opponent 3 days ago, so he certainly is today. Again, we will train today and see the state of every player and make the right decision tomorrow.
Getting to this stage of the season, so many games coming thick and fast. Is this a time where you need all your squad available if you are to be successful?
Yeah, we have discussed that. I'm pushing for each other and available to contribute in any way to help us win the game and perform consistently the level that we need to, and we're gonna need everybody. Yeah.
Is that something as a coach you've got to work with those players who maybe haven't seen as much game time recently to keep them motivated, to keep them on the edge and ready to perform when needed, particularly at this stage of the season?
Yeah, that's certainly something really important. They really need to feel it, and the best way to feel it is to play minutes when they don't have that capacity to show what they are doing. They have to show it in training. We have to be close to them, and we have to convince them to keep doing it, to earn the right to play.
On Sunday we saw maybe a different style of Arsenal performing, but having that different way of playing in order to get a result, is that just showing the evolution of this squad?
You have to, sometimes because you want to adapt, sometimes because you have to adapt, and you have to have that resilient and leave your ego aside and your ideology aside, and do what you have to do to win the game. And I thought the team was mentally really strong and really clever the way they did it.
Talk about the strength mentally the players have got. I think William Saliba and Martin Odegaard spoke after the game, said they weren't satisfied with just a point. What have you done as a coach to change that mentality and push that mentality in these players to never be satisfied with a point at Manchester City, a place where it's been a bit of a struggle in recent years?
Oh, because you prepare the game to win it, and when you feel that you have what it takes to go there and win, and you want to do it, and you're not satisfied. But at the same time, you have to understand how you're growing as a team, and be smart enough as well in certain moments to accept something else.
And finally, for me, Luton next. Have you got good memories of that game in December, 97th minute winner?
Especially how tough it was to win, how difficult they have made it for every team. Big compliments to Rob, the coaching staff, and what they have done as a club is an amazing journey. I think they deserve more credit than any other team in this league. How they've done it, what they transmit as a team, and what they generated, and it's going to be a really tough match tomorrow.
Because Rob said after that game, he said if it was him in that position, he'd have been crowd surfing.
Yeah, it was really emotional, and the way we celebrated, it tells you the difficulty of the match and how much we had to fight to earn the point. So we know what we're facing tomorrow.
Thanks, Mikel.
Thank you.
Seb from the Premier League.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
There was a lot of praise for William Saliba after the game on Sunday, Gabriel as well. When did you first see them as a duo that can work on the long term for Arsenal?
When I decided with Edu and the club to send Willie to Marseille. On that moment.
Could you see?
No, I'm just joking. You just feel it when you see the partnership, and sometimes there is that chemistry between two players that they complement each other. They are so happy to work with each other, to work for each other, and it just flows, and that happens. And I think they really enjoy playing together, and again, they've been really, really, really good.
You go from playing Manchester City to playing a team that's fighting to stay in the Premier League. How different do you approach these two games?
Well, we're going to be needing even more. It's after 2.5 days. They are in a really good moment. When you see the games that they have played, when they haven't won, they've been really, really tough. And that's the games. We have some extraordinary results against the other two teams that are at the moment leading the table, and we are not top. So that means that we have missed certain points somewhere else, and that's where we have to put the emphasis now tomorrow.
You're approaching probably one of the most crucial periods of the season. How do you see that? Is it a challenge? Are you worried? Are you confident?
I'm really excited, but we have these discussions when we play Liverpool. I remember at home months ago, it's a must win or not lose, because if not, the title is over. That was 2 months ago, So it's always like that when you look back in October and you feel the necessity to win and be there, and it's not gonna change from now to the end. Obviously, the end is coming. 9 games is still a lot, and just embrace the moment, go game by game, and make sure we fully prepare for tomorrow to perform well. Thank you.
Ian Talksport.
Hi, Mikel. How
Hi,
are you?
Ian. Good.
Last season, the narrative was that Arsenal didn't win the league because William Saliba was injured and missed the running. How important this season then is it that you do keep all your players, including Saliba, fit?
I didn't know about the narrative. So what is the narrative this season? So Saliba is fit. So what's going to happen?
You tell me.
I don't know. It has to be a narrative, no? So with the narrative when he doesn't play, it has to be a narrative when he does play.
When he does play, you win the title. How's that?
Okay, let's take that one. Okay, let's move on.
But it is important you keep everyone fit, right?
For sure. And obviously he's a massive player for us, and you see the impact he has in the team, and we need everybody, and we need everybody at their best.
Luton tomorrow, then game of the weekend, and Bayern Munich. I mean, you're still going on 2 fronts to win trophies. Just explain to us how, since you've taken over, you've arrived at this point whereby in the top competition in Europe and the top competition in this country, you're well in with the fight with a month to go.
But this is where we want to be, and now we want to take this opportunity and make it happen. And we worked every single day with that enthusiasm and passion to make it happen, and enjoying the moment as well. I see the team really flowing, and they are really excited about playing each game, and that one has to be drive now this journey to the end.
The team is enjoying the moment. What about the manager?
Yeah, I am as well. I'm very excited. I'm full of energy, and it's the most beautiful part of the season.
More excited than when you were as a player?
It is different, and here I haven't been in this position when I was a player, but I think it is different.
And finally, obviously, we always say it's a marathon, not a sprint for the Premier League. But Jurgen Klopp at the weekend said with 9 games to go, it's now a sprint to the finishing line. Do you realistically think Arsenal have to win every single game to win the title?
I don't know, but it's going to have to be really close to that. When you see the level and the consistency of the other teams, and historically what is needed to win in this league, it's not going to be very far from that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi Mikel, just on the discussion around the squad and how you use it, you mentioned obviously players have to earn the right to play in training, but I was wondering, with I guess the players who aren't starting, does it matter in terms of the amount of minutes they get off the bench if they haven't really got that kind of rhythm in games?
Yeah, it's always that balance, and when you play and you haven't played, but it's my first game, but our obligation and our duty is to be prepared to play any minutes in any moment, and you see a lot of moments that are an example of Reece. When you look at Reece moments, best moments for Arsenal, maybe it's a moment that he played a few minutes and he made a huge impact, and it was one of the best days of his life as an Arsenal player. Nobody remembers if he started or he was off the bench, and a lot of examples are like this in world football, in the history of this sport, when a lot of players make the impact in the particular. Sometimes you just need a second to change the history of a football club. You just need 100 minutes to play football.
Is that easy to explain to players? Or?
It's easy to see that it's a fact. That is not something that I'm inventing.
And in terms of yourself, do you, when I guess the demands are every 3 days in terms of games, how long term do you allow yourself to think?
Yeah, you have to have an overall picture of what is coming, certainly, and manage the load, what we're going to be able to train, how long we're going to have to prepare games, and then obviously the historic and the period, the congested period of each individual, and how we can still perform at the best possible way, what are the best relationships, and a lot of factors that the team needs in order to perform, to try to make the right decision.